Hey family, it's Dr. Bryant, Mindset for Freedom. How are you? I hope that you're doing well. Listen, take a breath with me because I always want you to feel peace, to feel peace within. And one of the ways I know that will help you to bring yourself to that place is to breathe. So breathe through your nose, a belly breath, a nice big belly breath. Hold it in and release it through your nose or your mouth, whichever one you feel comfortable, but slowly. The release is slow, very slow. And say, I'm releasing everything that no longer serves me. Because I want to talk to you tonight about when thoughts don't give you power, you need to stop thinking them because you're sabotaging your own self. You know, we sabotage ourselves, and sometimes we just don't know it. And it's just with our own thoughts. And you say, well, Dr. Pine, why do you keep talking about that? Because, honey, your thoughts control your emotions and your feelings, and then your choices. So if you're wondering why you're being the way you are, you need to reset that subconscious mind. You need to think thoughts that are going to come up in your belly that are going to be positive. Because if not, your mind is only replaying what you fed it. And most of the time, you're not feeding it anything positive. So I wrote down a few things today that I just wanted to share with you that I want you to do to affirm over your life. You know, because the scripture says, speak over your life and speak those things or call those things as you would have them to want to be. Something to that effect. You know what I mean? In other words, whatever you want to see happen, you've got to feel it. And even if you don't feel it manifesting, I want you to feel what it would feel like to be free. Feel what it would feel like to have peace. Feel what it would feel like to have clarity. And then I want you to speak over your life. I am free. I have clarity. So I want to give you some specific affirmations that I was writing down when I was thinking about my audience tonight. Because, you know, I talk to you who have all sorts of trauma, acute trauma, chronic trauma, and complex trauma. Acute is when it only happened once, but it's trauma. Chronic trauma is when something has happened again and again. And complex trauma is when it just keeps on happening. Where do you fit? Where do you fit on the scale of trauma? Because that trauma that you experience is influencing the way you perceive things. And the way that you perceive things is the way you think about things. So if you were abused and you never got help for it, you never talked to your abuser, like face to face. I'm not talking about you don't have to literally have them in front of you. You can imagine them in front of you, but you have to confront them. Because if you don't get it out, that throat chakra that you have is not free. You're not free because you're not speaking your peace. Not only PEICE, but PEACE. You're not speaking it. So, all kinds of trauma. You might have come up in a home where your mother did not often when you were coming up. So now you don't think that you're good enough. You don't feel like you're worthy. You don't see your worth. You don't even fix yourself up. You have clutter all around you. Is your house cluttered? Is your room, the room you, is it cluttered? Or are things in order? Because all of those are signs of the trauma. Because trauma exhibits itself in many ways. Then you can fix yourself up on the outside. but honey, be broken on the inside. And you could be a soother with unresolved trauma. But one of the ways to help reset your subconscious mind is to repeatedly affirm positive things. Before you go to bed, affirm positive things. When you get up, see, because you can only attract where you are, where your frequency is. So you're not fooling nobody because you can't fool God. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not positive and your frequency is not of love, and I'm not talking about key, or I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being positive, being confident, having compassion, showing kindness, and most of all, being still. When you see yourself getting upset too often, take that breath. Breathe in through your nose. Reset that vagus nerve and release everything that no longer serves you. So I want to share a couple of affirmations that I thought would be worthy for you to write down. And remember, I told you your thoughts are your power. I want you to speak these things over yourself. And I want you to take that breath and I want you to say, I choose to think with clarity. I choose to speak with love. And I choose to act with confidence. I choose to think with clarity. Think with clarity. This is what you choose to do. I trust the divine unfolding of my life. I need you to trust God. I need you to know that God is a presence that's never an absence. I want you to speak over yourself that I trust the divine unfolding of my life. Even when I don't see the full picture, I trust you, God. And I know that you're working it out for my good. I trust you. The universe is always working in my favor. And I rise in full alignment of trust and certainty. You need to be able to trust, even when things don't look like they're working out in your favor. Trust and don't have any fear. And the last one, I don't seek validation outside of myself. I'm deeply rooted in the truth that I am enough. I need you not to seek validation outside. I want you to know that the God that created you and me, that God is always with you. I want you to affirm over yourself. I choose to think with clarity. I choose to speak with love. Be confident in what you say. Believe in these words, and they will change your life because your thoughts are your power. Rise and be powerful. Listen, like and share this video with somebody that needs to change, that needs to understand the power of their words. You can follow me on YouTube as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing some breath work and some affirmations and some things there. But for now, I love you so much. This is Dr. Tanya, Mindset for Freedom.